Here at Highgate Recreation Reserve with Young Guns coach Matt O'Connor. He's done it for the third consecutive season, coached the series, the Young Guns taking on Vic Metro and Vic Country in consecutive weeks, a couple of weeks back. Matt, we'll go through some of the Talent League prospects that were in action. The playing Talent League as overages, and they were in action for the Young Guns. We'll start with Clay Tucker, an Eastern Rangers prospector, ruck, who also played some time as a key forward to show that versatility and was able to hit the scoreboard as well. Tell us about how you saw his impact on the series.
Yeah, so Clay's clearly a very, very tall young man, and did his chances of impressing AFL clubs no harm with the last game going forward, taking a few marks and converting. He's kicked some really nice goals, which was good. His ruck craft is really special. Was able to get some clean hands on the footy, especially around the centre bounces, and gave the midfielders first opportunity 3 or 4 times, which was pretty special.
And give us an insight into Will Elliott coming off a knee injury which has interrupted him in 2022, but was able to take some strong marks, and remember kicked a really impressive goal at ground level in the first game on a wet day at Trevor Barker Oval.
Yeah, that first game he was really special. That particular moment for a bloke who's 190 lot centimetres, he was really, really clean below his knees, took the ball, sort of pretended to go right, then swung around left, which put him on his right foot and went bang. And it was a really nice move. He did that a couple of times. He moved okay and got up the ground a little bit, and then was able to work back. So his ability to help defend as a forward and then also to lengthen was quite impressive.
Another forward who impressed, probably more so in the first game than the second game, was Ziggy Toledo-Glasgow, undersized key forward, I guess you could say, out of the Dandenong Stingrays, who attracted mild interest last year. Tell us a little bit about how you saw him. He hit the scoreboard a few times in that first game.
Yeah, he's especially in the first game, his pressure was really, really impressive. Not only was I think he laid 5 or 6 tackles, but he also kicked a couple of goals. He might have had a few points there as well, but he was someone that was bringing the ball inside 50, so he wasn't afraid to get out of the forward 50 and help and support teammates. And I think from a work rate point of view, he got a bit of a reward for effort there as well. He started the second game pretty well as well. I thought he's had a really good series, done his chances no harm at all, and apparently kicked the winning goal last night. Is that right? Yeah. So he's 3 weeks in a row he's been able to hit the scoreboard. That's pretty good. So we wish Zig all the best.
And you can probably give us a little bit more of an insight into Rye Penny, who has played a little bit through the midfield for Calder and also the Young Guns, and also in defence. We know he's got the very strong vertical leap and trained in the pre-season at Collingwood and really enhanced his chances once again with his performances through the Young Guns series. Tell us about your work with him, obviously, both at Calder and then also in the Young Guns series.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Rye's talent and ability has purely and simply come from me. No, not at all. Look, just one of the sentences in Rye Penny's story, and I reckon if I get that much credit, then I'm extremely grateful and humble. But yeah, Rye, I think he has a volleyball background. He does have an impressive leap. I remember saying last year to the boys from another little social media site, Baseline, the boys that got there, and I said, have a look at this bloke, he can take a hang, and 3, 2, 1, he sat on someone's head right in front of him. So, but yeah, Rye he's a really nice young man, very, very quiet, not at all, not an extrovert at all, but his ability to read the ball and intercept mark, both games was pretty good. He's really good at being a linking halfback. I think we'd like to see him kick the ball a bit more because he has got a nice kick on him as well, but he was in our best 2 or 3 defenders both games, which is where you want to be, especially in a game like the Young Gun series, which I'll divert for a second and say I've only coached it 2 years. The first year I was involved, I was the forward coach there, and the series itself I think is really important. It's come a long way, and it's really given young 19, 20-year-old men an opportunity to showcase their talent. Again, it is chosen by the recruiters, so the recruiters from the clubs vote for the players that they want, and it's a little bit awkward in the fact that they don't get an opportunity to train together. So they have a Zoom meeting where they all turn their cameras off because they're young people, and that's what they do in Zoom meetings. And then from there, we give them a pretty basic game plan of how we think team footy should be played, and we want them to show their one wood, and we want them to be the best player that they can be, but don't go too far out of sort of the concepts of team. And Rye Penny, well, I think he really shows that, because he was able to take a player as a defender. He was also able to zone off. He was also able to break lines as well, and that's why we're a bit sort of chuffed that we've still got Rye at the Cannons, but obviously we'd love to not have him in a couple of weeks' time, because hopefully there's greater things for him to achieve in his footy life.
Yeah, certainly well summed up. And I suppose another player in that defensive 6 or 7, particularly in the second game, who was probably in the better players, was Hamish Pearson. Was able to lock down as well and do a really important role on Will Dawson from the Gippy Power.
Yeah, no, look, Hamish is just a really, really nice bloke. As I said, I've met him now for 3 weeks. That's about the length of the program that we get with the young guns. But he won a one-on-one contest in the goal square in the first game, and he was just so comfortable to not only know the ball was coming in, contact was coming, he was able to break that tackle and then clear the ball out the other side. And I remember saying to him straight after the game, I said, for a defender on a shocking day, being taller than your opponent, to have the presence of mind to be able to do that was really quite special. And as I said, defenders with composure, geez, they're just what every team really wants.
And obviously it's not about results from a young guns perspective, but it would have been nice from your perspective to hang on for the win in the last game. And I suppose a reason for that was that Nick Newton was able to set up Jovan Petrick to kick that winning goal, and it really capped a strong series for Nick Newton, a prospect from the Murray Bushrangers. What did you pick up from his series, and what did you like about him?
Yeah, I think he's from Henty in New South Wales, which is a long way away from Icon Park and especially Sandy's home ground down there. But no, Nick's a really, really strong young man. He tried really hard in the first game, and we had probably 4 inside mid, so didn't get as much opportunity as you'd like. But in the second game, there was one particular centre clearance that, he did look a lot like Jai Cully, as I was saying to you earlier, without the dreadlocks, because he does have a much shorter haircut, but he's just a really strongly, powerful built young man. And he has a will for contest. He worked really hard, and I thought that his game was fairly consistent over the two.